Club in Ruaraka. It is Kenya Cup match day 15, semi-final Saturday. Two matches on the cards, one here in Ruaraka between KCB and Menengai Oilers. It is live on live.k24tv.co.ke. The other semi-final kicking off at the same time at the Nandi Bears Club in Nandi County, pitting the red-hot Kabras Sugar against Strathmore Leos. The action is live on K24 Digital, and it promises to be an exciting 80 minutes of rugby action. KCB are the defending champions in the Kenya Cup. They finished second in the league phase of the competition, which ran start and stop between February and last week. Menengai Oilers, on the other hand, finished third. KCB having the home semi-final by virtue of being in the top two positions at the close of the league phase. Weather conditions here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka, it is 30 degrees Celsius, 41% chance of humidity, and an 11 km/h wind speed. It should make kicking a bit of a challenge, especially when looking for territory and searching for points. Let's just catch a glimpse of the teams and the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. It is the home venue of KCB, current defending champions of the Kenya Cup. They have won 7 Kenya Cup titles to date. It is a club that was founded in 1989 as an offshoot of Kenya Breweries RFC. And they will be looking to make it 8 titles this season. And starting for the bankers this afternoon, Simiu, Musila, Ouko, Ongeri, Mangeni, Wamai, Amonde, Aguko, Asati, Olindi, Ojei, Amunga, Onyala, Njoroge, and Mukidza. Replacements: Ochieng, Gishure, Nyandat, Munyali, Ojo, Wanjala, Ahmed, and Isao Otieno. Head coach is Curtis Olago, who also doubles up as the Kenya Under-20 head coach. Lining up for the Menengai Oilers, we can see Chitui, Mukonyani, Atiti, Odhiambo, Ndirangu, Maina, Shitundo, Were, Onyinkwa, Nyaundi, Okwemba, Ojango, Sikutwa, Nandwa, and Kyoga. On the bench, Malwei, Mwaura, Ochieng, Wangila, Abungana, Odero, Ominde, and Ogeta. Head coach is former Kenya Sevens vice captain Gibson Weru. And this match promises to be quite exciting. Remember, the Oilers have always made life difficult for KCB, have come close on several occasions to defeating the champions, but still yet to register a Kenya Cup win over KCB. KCB, on the other hand, had a punctuated league season, not necessarily establishing the dominance, but doing enough to make it through to the semi-finals as one of the top 2 finishers, and therefore earning a home semi-final. We just catch a glimpse of the match officials for this game. Center referee is Victor Odwor. He will be assisted by Godwin Karuga and Duncan Kiyoko. These will be the 3 gentlemen in charge of this game. Victor Odwor is a school teacher by profession. Godwin Karuga is an insurance professional, while Duncan Kiyoko is a financial analyst. Of course, trading his expertise in finance to run touch and ensure that the laws of the game are adhered to over the next 80 minutes. Remember, this match is streaming live on live.k24tv.co.ke. To all our viewers watching in Kenya, around the world, we do welcome you to a great afternoon of rugby. There can only be one winner at the end of the game, and the question is, will it be KCB? Will it be Nakuru's Menengai Oilers? Remember, the winner of this match will advance to the final of the Kenya Cup, which happens next weekend. And that particular game will see the winner of the second semi-final between Kabras Sugar and the Strathmore Leos being played at the Nandi Bears take on the winner of this clash between KCB and Menengai Oilers, right here at the KCB Sports Club. There's interesting permutations to the final. In the event that Menengai Oilers defeat KCB and Strathmore defeat Kabras, then the final will be held in Nakuru. And in the event that Strathmore defeat Kabras and KCB defeat Oilers, that final will be held in Nairobi. And in the event that Cabras Sugar defeat the Strathmore Leos, then definitely Cabras, by virtue of being the highest ranked team at the close of the league competition, will host the final. The question is, will it be in Kakamega or Nandi County? That's a question that will be answered during the week. For now, the question being asked by many of the viewers is, who between these two sides, KCB and Menengai Oilers, will advance to the Kenya Cup final? I'll just catch a glimpse of KCB's slogan there, Lion-Hearted. And a number of the representatives from the clubs and the Kenya Rugby Union who are here for this fixture. Should be an exciting encounter. Remember, it's do or die. There must be one winner today. So in the event that this match is all square at the close of full time, then the teams will go into 10 minutes of extra time, where a winner must be found. And quite shortly, very shortly, the two teams will be making their way onto the field of play. Once again, they're just a confirmation of the lineups for KCB. Oscar Simiyu, Griffin Musila, Patrick Ouko, Nick Ongeri, Oliver Mangeni, Steve Wamai, Andrew Amonde, Rocky Aguko, Samuel Asati, Johnston Olindi, Jacob Oje, Levi Amunga, Vincent Onyala, Isaac Njoroge, and Darwin Mukidza. On the bench, James Ocheng, George Gishure, Nelson Nyandat, Brian Munyali, Felix Ojo, Michael Wanjala, Shaban Ahmed, and Isao Otieno. KCB coached by Curtis Olago. Dalmas Chitu, Kelvin Mukonyani, Francis Atiti, Clinton Odhiambo, Brian Dirangu, Tyson Maina, Crispin Chitundo, Samuel Were, Amos Onyinkwa, Davis Nyaundi, Timothy Okwemba, Harold Ojango, Austin Sikutwa, Roy Nandwa, and Derek Kyoga starting for the Oilers. On the bench, Hilary Malwe, Edwin Maura, Steve Ocheng, Andrew Angila, Edwin Abungana, Andrew Odero, Jeff Ovinde, and Beldad Ogeta. Head coach is Gibson Oweru. Take a small break and we'll be joining you shortly. And the two teams making their way onto the field of play. The blue and yellow, that is the Menengai Oilers. A team that was founded in 2017. They've worked their way up the lower leagues. And they're the team in the green and blue hoops, KCB. Of course, there was a clash of kits, and they've changed their jerseys. And the two teams will be lining up for a minute of silence in honor of the late Harold Amuhuma, founding member of KCB Rugby. He passed away last week at the age of 55 and was laid to rest yesterday. Let us observe that minute of silence for the late Harold Amuhuma. And may the soul of the late Harold Amuhuma rest in peace. He was a hard-running prop forward for KCB, fortunately passed away last week after suffering cardiac arrest. He was laid to rest yesterday in his rural home in Luanda, Kenya. Of course, that has been an honor from the rugby family. But for the next 80 minutes, let's focus on the action on the field of play. It is KCB in the green and blue hoops and blue shorts, up against Menengai Oilers in the blue and yellow. And remember, as we said earlier on, this match promises to be a cracker. Menengai Oilers have proven to be a thorn in the flesh of KCB. We just catch a glimpse of the center referee there, the school teacher from Nakuru, Victor Odor. His assistants, the insurance professional Godwin Karuga, and the financial analyst Duncan Kioko. And having a feel of the ball, just waiting for the all clear from the center referee. That is the Menengai Oilers fly half, Davis Nyaundi. And we have kickoff here at the KCB Sports Club, right off the Thika Superhighway. It is KCB finding themselves in possession. They are slowed down on the 22. Ball is played back home to Darwin Mukidza. Kicks it behind the Menengai Oilers defenders. The ball hasn't found touch. Eventually, it is claimed by Clinton Odhiambo. And this is Oilers. They'll be looking to declare the intent early on. That was Roy Nandwa carrying that ball forward. It is still Oilers with the early possession and the early movement of the ball. The ball has been claimed by Amos Onyinkwa. Then a handling error there. Just bounced off Brian Dirangu. Will Victor Odor be playing the advantage well? KCB were caught offside, and so what do the Oilers do? Do they go for territory, or do they go for the 3? Remember, this is knockout rugby in the Kenya Cup. You lose today and your season is over. And so from that penalty, Austin Sikutwa will be going for goal for the Menengai Oilers. Cuts a figure of concentration, but his kick sails wide after that run-up. Some respite for KCB. The scores remain 0-0. Remember the other semi-final taking place at the Nandi Bears Club in Nandi County. Kabras Sugar, the red-hot team, finished the league phase unbeaten, playing against the Strathmore Leos, who had a strong run, making it to 4th place at the close of the league phase of the competition. This is Derek Kyoga looking to chip it behind his defenders. Not the best of kicks. Eventually it is cleared downfield by Jacob Oje, and he is making the follow-through. Once again, the Oilers looking for territory. They find it. When these two sides met in the league phase of the competition, KCB ran off with the 22-19 result over the Oilers. Obviously, after being made to sweat, they will be looking to emerge victorious. Not the best of line-out throws from the bankers. The Oilers have forced the turnover. It is kicked downfield, but is this a gift to the KCB backs? There was a handling error. That was a massive handling error from Vincent Onyala in shirt number 16. Anxious moments in the opening minutes of this game. Vincent Onyala, also a Kenya Sevens international, as is Johnston Olindi, who starts at fly half for KCB. Levi Amunga, who is Onyala's partner in midfield. They're up against their colleague from Nakuru, the Menengai Oilers fullback, Derek Kyoga. So that is Davis Nyaundi with the scrum feed. The Oilers will be looking to get something going, but not the best of receptions from Austin Sikutwa. He loses his footing and finds himself in a cul-de-sac. However, he does well to retain it as they continue to drive forward. The man in shirt number 4 for KCB, Nick Ongeri, making a return to the top flight after a lengthy spell on the sidelines through injury. He is a sports administrator at the Strathmore University. Has previously played for Black Blood and Mwamba. Was part of the Kenya Cup winning squad for KCB during the 2018 and 2019 seasons.
Stability. Hold it, hold it.
And that's a scrum feed from the Oilers. Andrew Amonde stealing in from the loose. But KCB are penalized. Menengai Oilers can be quite a tough nut to crack. It is a young team under the tutelage of Gibson Weru, former Kenya Sevens vice captain. And also one has to give credit to Richmond Uhuru Baraza, former Kenya international prop forwards coach for the Oilers. This is one team that has perfected their scrummaging techniques.
So on the line, once on the line. Black, I need here.
And now pictured there behind us in the red shirt, Kenya Simba's head coach Paul Odera and his assistant, actually his team manager Jimmy Mnene, obviously just coming to check on the progress of the Simba's players. That's a conversation for another day. The line-out throw is stolen by KCB. Samuel Asati with the darting run. He goes into contact. He presents it on the floor. This is Oliver Mangeni at scrum half. Ball carried forward by Steve Wamai. Asati. And the charging run there from Onyala as they go past the Menengai Oilers 10. This is KCB beginning to get into a rhythm. To be fair to them, they hadn't seen much of the ball in the opening minutes. But they're declaring their intent and showing what they can do. That is Oscar Simiu carrying it another 10 meters forward for the Bankers. Olindi. Now this is Rocky Aguko. Strong legs from the KCB number 8. Olindi. He brings in Ongeri. Asati. Olindi. Mkidza plays it through to Onyala. Wamai. The pass on the outside to Jacob Oje. Jacob Oje with the change of direction. Jacob Oje with the easiest of tries. And really with their first meaningful stint of possession, KCB going over the chalk. Jacob Oje with the 5-pointer. 5-0 they lead here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. And it is that man, Kenyan international in the 15s and 7s versions of the game, Jacob Oje, who goes over for that try. 8 minutes played. is Kenya 15's international Darwin Mukidza, who will be looking to stretch the lead for KCB.
Now.
Mukidza's kick sailed between the sticks. KCB extending the lead to 7-0. He went over the whitewash, taking the scores to 5-0 before Darwin Mukidza converted for a 7-0 lead. And from the restart, it is stolen by Oliver Mangeni, but he got a foot into touch. Duncan Kioko's flag is up. And it will be a line-out throw for Menengai Oilers.
A bit back a bit. You need to be 10 meters. Step back.
And once again, it is KCB in possession, and it's that man, Steve Omai, seeing a lot of ball. The blindside flanker, Olindi, the distribution. He finds the try scorer. That was Jacob J, eventually claimed by Asati. That injection of pace from Mangeni just got KCB a few meters forward. But once again, that momentum curtailed by a handling error. Probably still is the nerves. We're yet to do 15 minutes of this game.
Mark here, gents. Mark here. Guys, the mark is here.
So it will be a scrum feed for the Oilers. A picture there, the bulking figure of Kenya 7's legend, Andrew Amonde. Still pushing ball at 37. He will be 38 on Christmas Day this year. Has been a true and loyal servant of Kenyan rugby.
Break. Leave it long, okay? But I'm not going to reset again, okay? Let's sort it out.
Shirt number 3 for the Oilers is Dalmas Chitui. Has been capped for Kenya in the back row. Played his club rugby with Nakuru and Homeboys. Now a master's student at the Kabarak University. Obviously has a lot of experience to spill over to the rest of the Menengai Oilers players. This is Davis Nyaundi with the scrum feed. That was Ojango. Derek Kioga has a lot of pace to burn. He's not going to burn it when he runs into the bulking frame of Andrew Amonde. And from that unforced error, it is a KCB penalty. That is Olindi with the kick for territory.
Number 6. How many? 6. Wait. Clear tunnel. Just move.
So once again, Victor Odor just wants to ensure that there is order at the lineout. The towering figure of Oliver Mangeni claims that ball. KCB were looking to set the maul, but penalized.
Penalty.
That is some respite for the Oilers. If you're joining us, this is Kenya Cup Match Day 15, semi-final Saturday, 2 matches on the cards. This is the live fixture, KCB against Menengai Oilers. The other fixture happening at the Nandi Bears Club in Nandi County, and that was a big kick downfield from Derek Kyoga. Massive territory gained for the Oilers. They will be looking to get their first points on the board. But back to what we were telling you, 2 semi-finals this afternoon. Menengai Oilers away to KCB in the match that is live here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. The Oilers in the blue and yellow strip, KCB in the green and blue hoops. Well, over at the Nandi Bears, it is Cabra Sugar taking on the Strathmore Leos. And we will share updates when we receive them. Kelvin Mukoyani with the line-out throw. Claimed in the air by Brian Dirangu. Oilers looking to maul this. They are certainly getting some ground gained. Numbers arriving there. KCB will be looking to disrupt their momentum. The ball was available for a minute, but the penalty advantage is still with the Oilers.
Number two side entry.
So what do the Oilers do with this? We saw them attempt to go for goal earlier on. They still have trust in the kicking tee and in the boot of Austin Sikutwa. And that is probably what they will be doing. Yes, they will. Sikutwa's stance indicates that he will be going for the 3 points. He cuts a figure of concentration in the run-up this time round. Is that kick sure? Once again, the Oilers failing to get points on the board. The scores remain 7-0. That converted try from Jacob Ojay, the difference. We played 16 minutes here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. It's Kenya Cup semi-final Saturday. That kick downfield is retrieved by the Oilers, looking to set up a platform, which they do. Not the best of deliveries, but eventually claimed by Kyoga. Looking to stretch the KCB defense, but a lot of running across from the fullback. Just carries that ball over the 10-meter mark. It is a contest on the floor. KCB making it messy and difficult for the Oilers to find it, but eventually they do. The pass is played close to Samuel Were, former Kenya under-20 international. And now that is Clinton Odhiambo. Drives forward. That was Davis Nyaundi. Tackle coming through from Isaac Njoroge. Still the Oilers in possession as they look to get out of their half. That's another pass played close to Brian Dirangu. Now this is Harold Ojango. What is Victor Odor doing? He's playing the advantage. KCB unable to stay the requisite 10. They had been caught offside. But remember, Odor was playing the advantage. Now the kicking duties have been shared with Timothy Okwemba. Another big kick down there from the winger. Has been capped for Kenya at the under-20 and senior levels.
Captain. We are getting too many. This is the second penalty of offside. Talk to your goalkeeper.
And this, I believe, is the third foray into the Bankers 22 by the Menengai Oilers, but still unable to return with any points on the board. But we still have about 60 minutes to play. And a lot can happen in 60 minutes. So from the line-out throw, taken calmly by Clinton Odhiambo. The charging run from Samuel Were. This is a furious ball from the Oilers. Odhiambo drives another meter forward. Tussles for the ball with Rocky Aguko, but presents it. They're keeping it close, and that is Crispin Shitundo, formerly with the Western Bulls. Drives another meter forward. Oilers are being driven back. That is big defense from Patrick Ouko, Kenya international prop playing for KCB. But once again, the Oilers are still in possession. They are sniffing blood. Can they get points on the board? Onyinkwa, Odhiambo finds the floor. It's a struggle to release the ball, but he does release it. They are keeping it tight, attacking in pods. Griffin Musila has forced the turnover, but referee Victor Odwor is playing the advantage. So once again, the Oilers are retaining possession.
Water break. Water break, water break.
So we played 20 minutes of the match, and both teams footing before going over the whitewash. Remember, if you're joining us, this is Kenya Cup match day 15. Also serves as a semi-final Saturday. The winner of this match will head through to next week's final. And we have a bonus in terms of reach. The Kenya Cup final will also be aired on K24 TV. Therefore, rugby fans around the country in the far-flung reaches of Kenya will be able to catch it. Today's semi-final is coming live on K24 Digital. We have another semi-final taking place at the Nandi Bears Club in Nandi County. That is a match between Kabras Sugar and Strathmolleos.
The two penalties, the ones that are coming from the side. Yeah, you see on the rack, can't give you the offside, okay? But you can on the penalties, you can, okay? Set it. Turn back on. Scrum.
So both teams hydrated and looking to finish up the final 20 minutes of the half.
Let's have it. Oilers.
It will be a scrum feed for the Menengai Oilers. Amos Onyinkwa, the Oilers scrum half, will be looking to get things going.
Bind. Hold it, both.
It is the Oilers with the scrum feed. They need to keep their heads here. That ball played close to Harold Ojango. It's a big carry from the center. Started his club rugby at back row. This is looking promising for the Oilers, but that desperate tackle just curtails their movement once again. KCB looking to force the turnover. They're obviously making it difficult for the Oilers to play ball.
Just move.
This is Onyinkwa. Andrew Amonde was just looking to disrupt that ruck. And you could see he made it difficult for Onyinkwa to deliver a clean ball to his support players. Oilers just keeping it tight. They have to be patient. They have to keep their heads as well. They are sniffing the KCB try line. That is Crispin Shitundo. Finds the floor. He's patient. Kick behind the KCB defenders is fielded by Darwin Mukidza. Was that the best execution from Davis Nyaundi? I don't know, because while KCB have possession, they're yet to get out of their 22. But that kick from Samuel Asati, really just a gift to the opposition, or was it not? Asati making amends, arriving to clean up his own mess. And this is Nikongeri, not the fastest of player, but the hardest of runners. He'll charge down at you like a rhino at full pace. This is Oliver Mangeni. Andrew Amonde, Jacob Ojay is in for his brace without a doubt. And KCB turning defense into attack. Jacob Ojay scoring under the posts. Once again, the Menengai Oilers will have to rue those missed opportunities for the 5 minutes they spent camping in the KCB 22. One sweeping counter-attack from KCB, resulting in a second try for Jacob Ojay. 22 minutes played here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. Semi-final Saturday live on K24. Mukidza is sure with the conversion. KCB leading by 14 points to 0. And that and Oliver Mangeni, which he obliges. Mukidza sure with the conversion. 14-0, 23 minutes played here at the KCB Sports Club. Kenya Cup semi-final action. There's a collision in the air there. The advantage is with KCB. Vincent Onyala was competing for that ball. Landed rather uncomfortably, but gets up on his feet almost like an acrobat. For a big man, 6'2", to do that takes a lot of agility. So it is KCB maintaining territory.
How many? Move.
And from the line out throw, Oliver Mangani plucks that one from the air. Asati with the delayed pass. Displays it through to Isaac Njoroge. This is Steve Wamai. Elects to go into contact, carries that ball, keeps it for the bankers. Has he released it? Yes, he has. Asati brings in Oscar Simiu. Just drives past the 22. KCB, that is the reverse pass from Asati to Aguko. Asati with the distribution. Has men in support, plays it downfield. This is Asati once again, brings in Oliver Mangeni. Has been capped by Kenya 7s and 15s national teams. But as he goes to the floor, guilty of not releasing, it is a penalty advantage now with the Oilers. 15 minutes remain in the half. It is KCB in the green and blue hoops, leading the Menengai Oilers in the yellow and blue by 14 points to 0. Both tries for KCB scored by Jacob Ojay. Both conversions coming from the boot of Darwin Mukidza. And that ball, was it kept alive? Well, Duncan Kiyoko seems to think that the KCB defender had a foot in touch. But you have to give it to the Oilers. They are certainly asserting themselves in terms of looking for territory. But that assertion is yet to translate into points.
Oilers, the mark is here.
And the more they continue to dilly-dally,
Your mark is here.
the more time will work against them.
Yes, yeah.
So from the line-out throw, Mangeni steals it for KCB. Has been an absolute pest in the air. As Mangeni once again driving forward.
Adjust the back a bit.
Asati with the box kick is high and hanging, but it is claimed expertly by Ryan Nandwa, returning the favor with a boot downfield, easily fielded by Darwin Mukidza. Offloads it once again to Jacob Oje. Power running from the Kenyan international winger. He keeps the ball alive despite being double teamed there as he went on the floor. Asati goes into contact. Mukidza is at fly half. Olindi brings in Nikongeri into this phase of play. This is Asati, Olindi, Bangeni, the inside pass to Oscar Simiu. The pass downfield to Isaac Njoroge. KCB looking to create another platform as they continue to drive forward. Haven't really imposed themselves in this match. Have been rather ruthlessly effective. And they lead by 14 points to 0, courtesy of 2 converted tries from Jacob Oje. Penalty advantages with the Bankers. Time continues to tick in the first half. And that kick downfield just gets KCB a lot more territory.
Guys, give the numbers. Green, your mark is here. 5, 5. Your mark is here. Guys, 5, 5, 5, 5.
This is Nikongeri. Didn't expect him to pass that ball. Loves going into contact, and that is exactly what he did. Asati just looking for the perfect delivery. Just plays it tight there with Patrick Ouko. The Oilers have forced the turnover, and that is Brian Dirangu. Hard fighting lock. Onyinkwa, Odiambo. That was Mukoyani. He's just driven out to touch. Victor Odor was playing the initial advantage. So it will be a scrum feed for the Menengai Oilers after that handling error by Patrick Ouko as he sought to place that ball on the floor for KCB.
Stability 1-3, okay? Just the way you talked earlier. Looking much better. Stretch! Bind! Set! Stability, hold it both sides. Hold it!
This is Harold Ojango. That's hard running from Harold Ojango.
Advantage, knock on.
Onyinkwa. This is Timothy Okwemba running down that wing.
Tackler, tackler. Step, step, step. Step back, step back a bit. Still playing advantage. Advantage over.
Oilers will be driving forward as Victor Odor just made the remark, advantage was over.
Tackler.
Therefore, it is anybody's ball. KCB have forced the turnover. They find themselves in possession. This is Olindi. The delayed pass. Vincent Onyala had spotted the try line. from the middle of the park. Then the ball popped out of his hands. KCB unable to make the most of that.
Sorry, I can't get you clearly. Offside knock on. Penalty. KCB. No more knock on. Who's ball? No more knock on.
And there you can hear the decision being made by Victor Odor after consultation with his assistant referee, Godwin Karuga. Advantage is still with KCB. 8 minutes to play in the half here at the KCB Sports Club. This is Kenya Cup semi-final Saturday. And it is the Bankers leading the Menengai Oilers by 14 points to 0. The other semi-final is taking place at the Nandi Bears Club in Nandi County. Kabras Sugar up against the Strathmolleos.
Just stay. Are you the captain? I'm just asking, are you the captain? Ask the captain. No, it's a blood, so I want to just let you know. So, yeah, right. No, it's not coming out. Yeah. He told me and said about your second.
And there we could see the match officials having a word with the KCB captain, Darwin Mukidza. There is a break in play as a player receives treatment. Latest score from the Nandi Bears Club. Kabras Sugar leading Strathmolleos by 21 points to 0. So the player is back on his feet. And finally play can resume for the remaining 7 minutes of the half.
Guys, just like the other scrums, okay? 1-3. Okay, so far so good, okay? Thank you very much. So far so good.
So it will be a scrum feed for KCB. Samuel Asati just looking to stir up things for the Bankers.
Bind. Set, stability, hold it. Both sides.
That is Asati. Brings in Onyala this time. Receives that ball, doesn't make a mistake in handling it, or does he? Onyala seems to be struggling as he goes down to the floor, losing that ball as he makes contact with the ground. It's rather uncharacteristic of the Kenya 7s and 15s international.
Hey, let's play. Blue, let's play. Okay, let's have it. Stretch! Bind! It's only bind, gents. Set, stability, hold it both sides.
So after that high-intensity start, the game has petered out and a lot of unforced errors being committed by both teams. This is Harold Ojango, known to many as Harold Anduvate. That was Brian Dirangu just driven back by Nick Ongeri. Actually, that was Steve Wamai. A kick downfield. Darwin Mukidza with an uncharacteristic handling error. Will this prove costly for the bankers? Just took his eye off the ball for a minute. This is an opportunity for Menengai Oilers to get something before the break. And they certainly can do. Their forward pack has been quite decent throughout the season. With the experience of the likes of Dalmas Chitui, the energy of Samuel Were and Crispin Shitundo, the industry of Clinton Odhiambo and Brian Dirangu in the second row. They certainly can emerge with points from this particular phase of play.
Okay, let's play. The match need you on the left side, okay? Clutch! Bind! It's only bind, gents. Set! Stability! Hold it, both sides.
This is Amos Onyenko with the scrum feed. Penalty advantage is still with the Oilers. They elect to go for the quick tap. That is Timothy Okwemba. He's stopped right on the 5-meter mark. This is looking promising for the Oilers. Can they get something from this? Being driven back there was Samuel Were, but they keep possession and that handling error. But Victor Odor playing the advantage. KCB have been frugal. They have been mean in defense.
These guys on this side are not 10.
But how much longer can they hold out against a Menengai Oilers side that keeps knocking at their door?
It's your penalty, you can keep for that.
Once again, another break in play. We have a man on the floor. And that has been the story of the last 10 minutes of this game.
Scrum, scrum. Scrum. They are going for a scrum, okay? I understand you are dominant, but don't go up, okay? Just move straight if you are dominant, okay? Yeah.
If you're joining us, we're coming towards the closing moments of this half. That was Christine Shitundo on the floor, just receiving attention from the Oilers medical team. Remember, if you're joining us, this is Kenya Cup semi-final Saturday. One of two Kenya Cup semi-final fixtures taking place. The final will take place next weekend, Saturday, 4th of September. We will know where this final will be. Will it be in Nairobi? Will it be in Nakuru or in Nandi or Kakamega?
Set! Hold it.
There's a scrum feed for the Oilers. Onyinkwa, another close watch of Asati. Not the best of deliveries, but eventually claimed by Timothy Okwemba. He's brought to the floor by Vincent Onyala. The ball is presented right again. That was Onyinkwa with the distribution. Samuel Were driving forward for the Oilers. They keep it close. Clinton Odhiambo is driven back by Patrick Ouko, but presents that ball. This is looking promising for the Oilers. How long can KCB defend? Oilers just keeping it tight. Continuing to knock on the banker's door. The question is, will they be able to steal from the vault? The ball is loose. It's in play, and that is Shitundo.
Tackler.
Running into Oliver Mangeni. He still presents it. He still plays it out wide. Kelvin Mukoyani. Ball is in the air. It is claimed by Okwemba. And there was a handling error there. The advantage swings to KCB. You have to give it to them. They have been big on defense. The Oilers still yet to get any response from the bankers in terms of whether they can let up on defense.
I'm saying I can't hear you. I think you got something, but I can't hear you. Let's go, scrum, scrum. Clutch! Bind!
So this is Samuel Asati. KCB will be looking to execute an exit play. It's almost predictable that they will go for the territorial kick. The ball is in the air. It's out to touch. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last order of business in the half. It is KCB leading the Menengai Oilers by 14 points to 0 at halftime. The points for KCB scored by Jacob Oje, who has landed 2 tries, and Darwin Mukidza, who has responded with 2 conversions. We're taking a short break and see you on the other side of halftime. Confirmation of the halftime score: KCB 14, Menengai Oilers 0.